This is 2000 to 2001, going to the 12th grade. So I'm like 17 to 18 years old, whatnot. And yeah, still working at Olive Capri, the job that I started um, at the beginning of the summer. So just like the August, like the beginning of the school year, whatnot. And so they promised they'll change our schedules because we was getting off at like 1 or 2 in the morning. There was no way I could get off at 1 or 2 in the morning, whatnot, and then sleep like 6 hours or 7 hours, whatever, and then wake up and go to school the next day. So Jason, Cleveland, and Raymond and I all just end up quitting because there was no way we could do it, and no way my mom was gonna let me have a job and go to work. It was affecting my school, especially my senior year, And they promised they would do it, but schedule went to the schedule and still was showing getting off at 2 a.m. pretty much every day on the weekday and the weekends. I remember being at home. I was watching Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage, horrible actor, whatnot. It's my opinion, And Ray and Dennis showed up inside of my room, and I barely knew Dennis. I mean, I know from like playing with them, playing. I probably gonna mess this up. Uh, Probably WCW No Mercy. I don't know. I don't keep up with video games, but I know we played a wrestling game like a year ago, whatever, at Ray's house, and yeah, barely knew the guy, and it's the WWF No Mercy, no WC, I don't know. No Mercy. We'll just keep it at that. And so Ray was like, "This is Dennis." Very, very, very quick. He was like, "This is Dennis, and I'm about to go. I have to go and meet someone. And I'm pretty sure he was going to meet Ashley Jacobs because he was in love with that girl. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But it was just Dennis and I just sitting there awkwardly inside of my bedroom, and I wanted to keep watching Gone in 60 Seconds, but I was like, man, I guess I got to entertain this guy. And but yeah, we ended up talking just a little bit. And I can't say we clicked immediately because it was, like I said, it was awkward, like one on one, because it was just so forced. But yeah, that was like our first encounter, like one on one. And oh yeah, I remember Megan having this modeling gig at the mall, and and Ray drove us so we could go to go see her, do a little modeling thing and whatnot. And for some reason, she didn't see me inside the crowd because I guess she was so focused on like getting all the model walks right, whatever you call. I don't know. Or she was nervous. I don't know. But I was 100% sure that with Ray. Now I seen Dee Dee in the corner, but I don't know if she seen me either. And so Ray and I was leaving, driving home down Prairie Lake Road, and I didn't have time like after the whole modeling thing was over. I want to say her parents came talk to her, Dee Dee came talk to her, but I didn't want to get in between all of that or whatnot. And so we just left. Hopefully that she seen me inside the thing because she was very excited about this and really wanted me to come. And so while Ray and I are driving home, we see this blue truck behind us, and it's kind of like saying like pull over, whatnot. So we pull over in the Taco Bell, and I'm so excited. I know it's Dee Dee's truck. I see Megan in the passenger seat, and I'm excited to tell her about, man, like I seen your modeling thing or whatnot. And Megan hops out and she's just screaming. It's like, that girl's crazy. Um, she was mad at me because I didn't go to a modeling thing at the mall, and I kept saying like I was there, but I guess Dee Dee told her she didn't see me inside the crowd, so under her impression, I wasn't there at all. And I remember seeing Kenneth sitting inside a Taco Bell, and it's like close to the window. So it was like the window, and then it was like we was parked like face first into like the window, whatnot. and he was about to clock in for a shift or whatnot, and man, Megan started getting like very like irate, like so slapping me like in the middle of like Taco Bell parking lot or whatnot, and I'm staring at Kenneth like, man, like, can you help me? I can't say anything. I can't hit Megan back, you know. Pretty big guy, and she's just a little small girl, who's vicious, you know. But Kenneth couldn't do anything to help me. He just stared out the window, looking helpless. They had these two girls in the drive-through. They completely stopped their car before they. I bet you they told the little lady at the taking their order like just don't worry about it right now. I'm seeing some exciting stuff, you know. And they just stared at me as well, you know. Ray couldn't do anything. Um, yeah, I was just mad that I couldn't hit a girl, you know. I tried grabbing her and like shaking her shoulders. That didn't help because she was a little firecracker, and she would maneuver away out like a freaking cat, and start back with the attack or whatnot. Yeah, I still remember that very vividly. It's out of my head right now. And I remember at school, all the seniors had to report to the auditorium, and I had no clue, you know. Come to find out, it was picture day for the seniors and graduation. I had no haircut. I wasn't prepared for anything, man. Like, I just went to school and didn't care about any of the extra stuff. So if you announce something over the loudspeaker on the way out of class, like I was not paying attention to anything you were saying. So Mr. Anderson, the principal, told us to tomorrow senior picture day. I had no clue, but yeah, I ended up going to that. They gave me some little fake suit to wear, whatever, and take the picture and whatnot. We did like the panoramic picture outside, and yeah, didn't care about. I just want to graduate. So I know during the graduation, I sat next to Keenan Joseph. Not a relative at all. He lived in the Terrace, but like two different Joseph families, you know. While leaving, I remember Ken and I was walking to my. I drove my mother's car. I didn't have my own car yet, and I was walking to my mother's car. I remember seeing Santana Levias. I don't know. Levias. How do you say her last name? Whatever. And I want to say she took our picture for like a memory inside of our book or whatever. I don't know exactly. You know, inside the parking lot. Or she had me write something inside of our memorabilia thing. But yeah, I do remember her for sure being inside the parking lot. And I went that summer. I was debating on going to University of Lafayette, where my sister went. But so we went out there to fill out some paperwork or whatnot, and we stopped by my grandparents' house in Opelousas because it's like I don't know, about like 20 minutes, 30 minutes near the campus, whatever. And we'll build a fence for my grandparents at their house. They got like this big old field, you know, like ton of acres. And yeah, I wanted my dad to help build a fence to lock in, I guess, the cattle. I don't know what goes on the countryside, but yeah. And I remember my grandfather sitting on the tractor, and he just started talking to me. Like I said, like in the beginning, like when I go visit my grandparents, he'll just come inside and he'll like sit on like the chair to the left door, take off his boots and just chill. And this was the first time we ever like engaged inside like a pretty cool conversation, you know. He told me about all the land that they had, a few other things. It was pretty cool talking to him or whatnot. And yeah, and that was like our first time and last time having like exchanged more than like 6 or 7 words or whatnot because like later on that summer, he passed away. I remember the funeral being on the 4th of July, which is weird, you know. But yeah, we all went. I remember Ray Kennett and his mother actually drove all the way to Opelousas to attend my grandfather's funeral, which was really nice, you know. And I just don't want to say inside Opelousas. It was just negative energy or whatnot, you know. And not negative, just sad energy that I didn't want to be around. So I left with Ray and Kenneth, and we made it back to Lake Charles to go to the Fourth of July at the Civic Center, and yeah, it's a pretty cool night or whatnot. You know, we usually get excited about going to the Fourth of July or whatnot. You know, and oh yeah, I remember one day Taco prompted me. He came over saying he wants to go meet his girlfriend in Houston. He was like, man, she got like a really nice friend, you know. And of course, I didn't have my car yet. Still riding my mom's vehicle and not. And I told my mom I need to borrow your car to go like right to the store or whatever, you know, like some like 5 or 10 minutes. She was like, okay, Jared. And so Taco jumped in the passenger seat. I jumped in the driver's seat. And I remember before we left, like waiting, like debating on the whole thing. We was watching like a music video, probably like hits or something, and that song "Genuine Differences" video came on, and just a random memory I just thought about. Yeah, so we drove to Houston. We met with his girlfriend and her friend, and we all went to go eat at a restaurant, sort of like a buffet type restaurant. But I remember being like, we eating at like 11 something at night, and I'm telling like, when are we going to see the movies? Like, cause like in Lake Charles, like everything shuts down at like 12 o'clock. You know, like back then, 11:30, 12 o'clock. You know, and like they movie theater sold up until like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I ended up leaving from eating, left at like 12 something in the morning, and we went to go see the movie, The Others. Remember that like the preview to Jeepers Creepers on that thing and whatnot, but pretty useless. Yeah, so we watched it, and movie let out like about like 2:20 something, 2:30 something or whatnot, and we was debating on like spending the night there, and I already knew I was in trouble, you know. So I took my mom's car. Being it doesn't take that long to get any store inside Lake Charles and back. Um, Cause it's been like at least 12 hours. Left at like 3. It's like 3 in the morning, you know. And my parents wouldn't let us spend the night, and so we were like super tired. So we just drove home, you know. I remember Taco stopping by a gas station. It was near like a bridge or like interstate, whatever, to buy like a calling card type thing. I guess he used a calling card because like if you called Houston back then, it was like I guess like long distance or whatnot. But yeah. But when I made it home, man, my mom was steaming mad. Like she was like, "Oh, where have you been? With my car." I think she had to go to work at like 6 something that morning. We got back at like 7, and she was like, "Where were you at?" And I was like, "I was at Taco House. I ended up just falling asleep or whatnot, you know." And she was like, "I gotta make sure this story checks out." Uh, and she was like, she said, "Drive me to Taco House, and I could talk to his parents and whatnot." And I was like, "Oh shit." And she eventually cooled down, you know, and because I kept playing like I couldn't, I really didn't even know where he lives because he came to my house after I guess being like dropped off for his Corsica at car that he had couldn't make it all the way to Houston or whatnot, but I never been to like his house, so I was just driving around like Southport and Lake Charles until my mom cooled down, and yeah, went back home and everything was settled or whatnot. Was it worth it? Yeah, pretty much. I think it was worth it. Uh, Another random memory. I remember a Ray coming over, and they used to keep like this. Every time I get a phone, like a phone number from a female, you know, it's not nowadays where you put the phone number inside of another cell phone or whatnot. You just got a little piece of paper, put like a name and a phone number at the bottom. Like I'll take all the papers and I'll put inside like a ball, and I had it like wrapped up inside this ball, like this rubber band around it, just to look cool, you know. I don't know how many numbers I had inside that thing, and throughout that whole paper of balls, it was just destiny. Ray grabbed Sheena number, and he was like, "This is a chick from the movie theater." I'm like, so it's a movie theater '99. So like pretty much last year, 2001, yeah, like a year, whatever, like that. And I told you I didn't talk to Sheena because she was drinking alcohol, like 15 years old and not, and 15, 16 years old and not. And so Ray grabbed the number, and he seen Sheena, and he was like, "Oh man, she's hot." So he grabbed my parents' phone. Of course, no cell phones yet. He dials the number, and I turn around. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Hey," I called Sheena, and she answered. And I said, "He said, if you don't talk to her, you just gonna look like a punk. You gonna look weak, man." And I was like, "God." So I ended up picking up the phone, and we reconnected and whatnot, and we kept talking because at this time I don't know what Megan and I had went through because I think I wasn't dating at the time because the whole Megan situation with her mom and everything, but I would like meet her like other places or whatnot. And so yeah, I just kept talking to Sheena, and we talked for about like not long, probably like 2 to 3 weeks or whatnot. Just to reconnect. Told her the whole situation, like why I quit talking to her back then or whatnot. And then one day she was like, I want you to come to my place. She lived in Westlake. Yeah. And it was like this 2-story townhouse. And so I go upstairs or whatnot. We talking and kissing or whatnot. And the next thing you know, like this is hard knock on the door. It's this other guy at the door. I don't know who this dude is. And he keep like screaming her name, and she doesn't answer the door or answer anything back. And then it happened. Lost my virginity to Sheena. I always wish it would have been with Megan, but circumstances happened. Yeah, so I lost my virginity to Sheena, and then that day or maybe the next day, Megan's mother was some reason like okayed for Megan and I to start talking again, and yeah, I totally cut off Sheena and never answered her calls or whatnot. I remember my nephew Devin was staying with me, and I'll get him to say I wasn't home or whatnot because I just wanted to focus on Megan. Uh, my dad bought me a 1993 white Nissan Sentra. It was unique because all back Nissan Sentra had like those red back lights, and this one had like a black back back black strip instead of a red one. I remember immediately going to get my windows tinted. I want to say at Circuit City, and I put that for my JVC because I couldn't afford the Dolphin one. That was like high dollars, like $400, $500 for that. So it's probably about like a little $100 JVC CD player, and the one that showed hello when you started with the car and goodbye when you turn off the car. And I remember one in this Mitsubishi Diamante. It was a black one, like Big Mo had, and we found one like right before I got this Nissan Sentra, but like when you ride it, like you see like smoke come out from the hood. And my dad was like, if it's smoking like that now, it's just gonna get worse from here. And so I ended up getting a Sentra. It was probably a smart idea, because I probably had a lot of problems with the Diamante. But it was a beautiful vehicle. Um, I worked with the Walmart reconstruction crew where they're like modernizing Walmart with like a new design. It's all like like Super Walmart, whatever. And I remember we were supposed to clock in at Walmart, and then we'll go to like a storage area where it's keeping all the stuff like the floors, the shelves, all the other stupid stuff in there. And I would clock in at Walmart and like drive home. We'll play like Mario Kart or whatnot, and then I'll clock back out. Not every day because I didn't want to make it too obvious, whatever like that. And eventually, we were all moved back to Walmart, like inside the main store. I guess to get like a permanent job or whatnot. And and yeah, I had to actually stay. And I would walk around like Ray and Kendall would come over. to Walmart. When I walk around, I tell them like the new CDs came out, the new video games that came out. Like no care in the world, man. And eventually, they got tired of like trying to find me, like on like on the overspeaker or whatever like that. And so they called me to the office, and they were like, "Oh, we can never find you and Tom's and blah blah blah." They're like, "We're on the verge of having you fired or whatnot." And I was like, "Well, in the next 5 days, because I started going to next 5 days was my first day of college, and I was going to Lamar. So there was no way I can be able to work at Walmart and go to Lamar. So I just quit anyway. And yeah, that was my senior year and job at Walmart for like a month or so. All right.